Hey, what's up? It's your boy JP. I'm clocking right back in with you guys. And today, what we're going to be talking about is why fear is the only thing that truly governs us in this world. Nothing else. And now, before I really get into that, I want to say this, man. From an early age, fear is even instilled in little children wrongfully. They tell children, "Oh, if you don't do this, you're going to hell." And I find that quite interesting when they try to say that, then turn around and try to preach to children about morality and good and evil and heaven and hell. But truly, in the back of an adult's mind, the adult tries to instill fear in the child more than morality, and there's a reason. And there's a reason for that. It goes back to our true nature that fear is the only really thing that can really govern people and really keep the world in order. Without that, the world falls into anarchy, and even the governments realize this, bro. People want to say, oh, it's good and evil. It's, being a good person. It's the righteous way. It's, God's will and all that shit. But in reality, it's just bullshit. Everyone deep down knows that fear is the only true force that governs people. And, fear is instilled in you from every phase of your life. Literally every phase of your life. When you're a small little kid, you get told, if you grow up in a heavily religious, pious household, you get told, behave or you're going to go to hell. Do good things or you're going to go to hell. To little 3-year-old, 4-year-old children. Now imagine how that sounds to a 3-year-old, to a 4-year-old, who has an impressionable mind, who hears about a place of fucking eternal damnation, about him burning to fucking death. Now imagine that, trying to, put the idea of death in a little kid's mind. Because they know what that's going to do. That's going to rattle. Fear rattles you on the inside. So, you fall in line. Everybody realizes this. Fear makes people fall in line. Not morality, not God, not religion, not morals, not principles, not ethics. It's fear that makes people fall in line. It's fear that governs people. Not anything else, man. Once they instill fear in you, then they try to instill morality in you to try to balance it out, try to even it out. Trying to put sugar coating on the fear. It's fear that makes people fall in line. As a kid, you get told you're going to hell. As a kid, you get told behave or Santa's not going to give you any presents. Santa's not going to give you anything. It makes the kid scared, so he falls in line. As a kid, they tell you behave or you're going to get put in the corner. Behave or you're going to get a beating and you're going to get spanking. Behave or I'm going to take your phone away. Behave or I'm going to take this away. It's fear, man. It's fear that makes people fall in line. Once they instill fear in you, then they try to instill morality. But it's the fear that comes first. Fear comes before anything else. After fear, then they try to instill morality and religion inside somebody. When you join a religion, the first thing they teach you about is not God, it's not Jesus, it's not the righteous path. They teach you about the devil. They teach you about hell, eternal damnation, hellfire and brimstone. Fear. It's all fear. Do this, you're going to hell. Do that, or the devil's gonna get you. How can you say that? You're gonna go to hell, man. You better behave, or you're gonna go to hell. Don't kill nobody, or you're gonna go to hell. Don't steal, or you're gonna go to hell. Don't rape, or you're gonna go to hell. Don't sleep with your neighbor's wife, or you're gonna go to hell. You see where I'm going with this, guys? It's all fear, man. They never say don't do this because it'll make you a bad person. They never say that shit. They know morality is not going to govern people absolutely, man. They never you ever notice that, man? People say don't do this because you're going to be a bad person. You'll turn into a bad person. They say don't do this or something bad's going to happen to you. They try to instill fear to make you behave, It's just, man, this world is just this shit's fucking interesting, man, to say the least. It's all this shit is fear related, man. Even the bullshit, even when they try to say respect, all respect really is at the core is just dignified fear. meaning that you fear somebody, but there's a dignified reason behind it. You know, that's all respect. Respect is just fear with sugar on it. But it's fear at its core, man. Respect is fear at its core. You know, I like to say that respect is a domesticated fear. You know, respect is the domesticated version of fear. But it's still fear, man. It's still fear, man. You know, when people want to have power over you, they instill fear in you. You know, governments want other countries to respect them. They say respect, keyword respect. You know what they do? Do they go over there and try to have a man-to-man conversation? Do they go over there and try to have a moral, righteous, disciplined conversation? A civilized conversation? Do governments talk to each other civilized? No. They try to make one another fear each other. So guess what they do? They try to make one another, quote unquote, respect each other. So guess what they do? They fucking bomb the shit out of each other. They nuke the shit out of each other. And call it, we're getting respect from other countries. But really it's just fear related, man. And that's in every level, whether it be countries, whether it be people, normal people on the street, whether it be little children, whether it be in the school, in the work, in governments, in your everyday life. Fear is constantly trying to be instilled inside of you by someone or something. Fear governs this whole thing of ours, man. Fear governs it all, man. It governs it all, man. And I hate that people keep trying to pretend like it's our moral code, it's our righteous nature that keeps us from doing bad things. It's all bullshit, man. What does that tell you about humans, that you have to literally make them scared to fucking death for them to behave? You literally have to penalize them for them to act, for them to act civilized, man. What does that tell you? What does that tell you, you guys? Where fear is the only thing that can really, make us get along with each other. Don't do this or you're going to go to jail. That's the only thing, man. It's punishment. Punishment. Imprisonment. That's the only thing, man. It's crazy, man. And we like to say that. We like to call it respect. I hate when people try to do that, man. We like to call it respect, man. It's just fear, man. It's just fear. That's the only thing that really matters, man. Fear, power, and money. You go out to anywhere in society, man. People are calling fear respect, just because they don't want to sound like a bully. They don't want to sound like a shitty person. But it's just this society of ours is unraveling, and we have nothing to really show for ourselves other than a bunch of fucking shitty human beings. And this thing of ours, it's gonna get worse and worse. The morale of people is getting worse and worse. And even the powerful force of fear cannot domesticate our new civilization, our new society. Even something as powerful as fear, it's not domesticating people anymore. People are fucking batshit crazy. People are fucking nuts. People are fucking, they're spiteful. Their emotions overwhelm. Their emotion override fear, meaning that they can have fear, man, but when their emotions gets involved, it overrides the fear and it makes them act out in a very abusive way. But going back to the topic, man, fear is the only thing that's ever domesticated people. You look out into any period of time, any time in society, any time in civilization, it's always been fear. It's never been more religion. It's never been morality, man. You can go back to the ancient times. You can go back to medieval time. You can go back to the Inquisitions, the Crusades. You can look at all these wars that have been fought over the centuries. You can look back at all these dictators, all these, these warmongers. You can look out into the ghettos of America right now. You can look out into the governments that's bombing the fuck out of each other. It's all fear. All of it. In every metric, bro. In every period of time. In every period of time, man. And it's like, man, it really gives you a clear picture of who human beings really are at their core. Where fear has to be involved for there to be some type of peace, for there to be some type of order. And people say, if I talk like this in front of people, they deem me as a crazy person. But it's just the reality, man. It's just the reality, man. And even the pastor up there, who's faking it all, he even knows that. This place of imaginary damnation has really scared the shit out of some people. It's really scared the shit out of some people. And they don't understand that was created to try to domesticate people. It was created to try to fucking control people. It was created to stop the masses from doing certain things. That's what the 10 commandments were founded on. The 10 commandments were founded on the 10 most, prevalent behaviors of human beings. So the 10 commandments were founded on what human beings were mostly doing back in that day. So they structured it around what people were mostly doing. People were mostly killing, so they added don't kill in the commandments. People were mostly stealing, so they added don't steal in the commandments. People were mostly, having sex with their neighbors' wives, so they put don't have sex with their neighbors' wives in the commandments. The 10 commandments was predicated on the 10 most, prevalent behaviors of human beings at that time. And people don't realize that, man. When the religion came out, the first thing they decided on is how we're going to instill fear in these people. And that's really my viewpoint on this stuff, man. It's fear that governs us, man. It's fear, man. It's not love. It's not kindness. It's not morality. It is fear, man. Fear through and through. But people don't want to go 100% on that because they don't want to be viewed as a dictator, man. People don't want to act on that impulse inside of them because they don't want to be viewed as an asshole, a dictator, or none of that shit. But it is fear that governs us all. Fear, man. Not respect, not love. And that's what I really found it on, man. That's what I really stumbled upon. And I don't care what no one says, man. I don't care what nobody says under this video, man. It's the truth, man. It is the truth, man. Even bullies even know it. That's why you always have bullies in your life. You're going to have bullies in your life until the day you enter school, until the day you die, man. Because bullies in the back of their mind understand the psychology. Bullies understand that fear governs almost just about anybody. Bullies understand that. The bully you had in school, the bully you have at work, the bully you have at the home, in your household, whether it be your parents or somebody else in the household, in every section, in every category of your life, there's a bully. And the bully deep down in his mind or her mind knows that, if I try to instill fear in this person, if I try to instill fear in him or her, I can control them. I can put them under my will. They can do whatever the fuck I want them to. Fear always works. Fear always works 100% of the time. You could take the most, radical person. You show them fear, they'll fall in line. The bully understands that. So whatever bully you ever had in your life, in the back of your mind, he'll understand the psychology of fear way earlier in life than you did. He understood it way earlier in life. You might just be understanding it just now, but he understood it way earlier in life. He's seen the power of fear, so he used it to his advantage. If I do this, if I traumatize this person, if I demean it, verbally abuse, physically abuse, emotionally abuse this person, they'll fall in line. If I put them under my thumb, I'll feel powerful. I'll feel validated. You know, I'll feel untouchable, and I like that feeling. You know, so that's why I say this dimension is about fear and power. You know, it's all fear related, man. It's all fear related. You know, and that's my little rant, man. That's my little rant. You know, I've come to the sad reality that fear is needed in almost every category in life, man. And sometimes fear is even needed for people that want to be friends with you. There are some people who will never respect you if you don't have some semblance of, if they don't have some semblance of fear for you. There are some people, who can't be friends with you if you don't, if you don't put fear in the hearts of people. If you're not a scary dude, they don't want to be friends with you. They want to be friends with other people exactly like them. You can't be, a soft-hearted person. Some people can't do that, man. They can't be friends with you if you're a soft-hearted person. You need to instill fear. You need to be a menacing, scary, person for them to want to be involved with you as far as a friendship standpoint. That's how some people are. Fear is needed in almost every category, man. And that's my little rant, man. That's my little rant, about fear and about this dimension and about the power it holds. Leave a comment down below, subscribe, share. Let me know what your thoughts down below. And I'm always gonna fuck with you guys. I'm gonna catch up on the comments. Because I love you guys' input. I love you guys' ideas. Keep giving them to me. It's JP, and I'm clocking out.